This really is creepy, dude.
My name is Ben Laurence. I'm gonna rock you at least once a week. My name is Ben Laurence. Let's party.
Right now we are out in the middle of the woods and we just came across an old abandoned cabin. Not much is known about this old abandoned cabin, but today we are gonna go walk right over there and just go check it out. So come along and join us as we go check out the abandoned cabin in the woods. Joining me today on this video is Cool Stanley.
What's up, guys?
And we literally know nothing about this cabin. We tried to find some like address or some history on Google, but literally could find no information. So pretty much everything we say is gonna be all speculation. I usually try to include some history in this video, but we couldn't find any. So we're just gonna go out on a limb here and just talk about this cabin. So without any further ado, let's get to it. So here it is, an old abandoned cabin, hidden away here in the woods, long forgotten. So this little cabin really reminds me of something out of like Tom Sawyer's Island. It's just like a little wood cabin right here. I have no idea what it could have been used for, but let's go inside and go check it out. This is like the inside, and seeing this right here makes me think that this could have been like a horse barn or something. Maybe there was horses inside here back in the day. This is the backside view from the little barn, and as you can see, the floor has just fallen through, and there's also a weird pipe in this little underground area right there. This looks like it could have possibly been a water pipe, because as you can see, it leads right up on top of this area right here. So right now we're gonna go inside and show you what's behind that wall. This is what the side of that little shack looks like, and there's two doors right there, and then this one doesn't have a door anymore, but there's a doorway right there. And if we look inside, we can actually see that piping that I showed you a second ago, and it leads all the way up. It almost looks like some kind of chimney or something, so maybe this was someone's like little home. Now I'm kind of thinking that this was either some kind of like a horse barn or like a thing for chickens or something. Some kind of animals stayed in this thing. It could have either been for animals, or maybe it was some kind of little like settlement, some kind of secret cabin in the woods. With all these little rooms on the side, maybe this was like a secret hideout for an axe murderer. He would leave all the children locked up in here. I don't know, I get kind of carried away and I make things up. Stanley, what do you think the cabin could have been?
Well, I agree with everything you said. Anything from a horse barn to Jason Voorhees' house.
Right?
I don't know.
Like it could have been anything. So let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. What do you think this cabin could have been back in the day? Anyways, as we continue our exploration, let's open this door right here and check out one of the weird little stalls. And it looks like there's piping in there as well. And at one point there was a floor in here, but the floor has since gone away. These rooms are really small and really tight and would be like a perfect little prison for some kind of axe murderer. I think that's what I'll title this video. Axe Murderer's Hideout. That's like some pretty good clickbait, right? Also in that little room, the roof has caved in. Right there, it's all come crumbling down. We're gonna walk around a giant thorn bush, but we're gonna go explore the other side of the cabin in the woods. On this side, you can get a little better of a view of the entire cabin. And you can also see how there's two little rooms on this side as well. In this room, there's some weird little like pipes and racks on the wall, as well as some grill parts right there. And in this room, the roof has caved in as well. Another thing to note is that right here on the ground is some weird little rack like for holding, it almost looks like dishes. But seeing all those weird things in that little room makes me really wonder what this place could have been. I hate having so many questions about places like this. Now this little room actually still has the door on it, so let's open it up, and this one is actually still intact. As you can see, it's still got the floor, it's still got some things on the wall. This really is creepy, dude. This straight up looks like a prison cell for like you'd see in a horror movie.
Well, let me step right in.
All right, you haven't fallen through the floor yet.
Oh, hey, Jim.
Oh, hey, man, I'm just kidnapping you.
Ah!
One thing I noticed inside this room is there's this little rack for soap right there. You would put soap and maybe a towel right on there, and there's this pipe right there. I don't know how well you can see it because it blends in with the paint, but this could have been like a shower room as well as the other rooms. The more we explore this place, the more questions I have about it. Why would there be a little cabin in the woods with showers inside of it?
One thing I noticed about these two doors is actually it appears that you can lock it from the outside, some sort of locking mechanism, and if you go to this other door right over here, there's a straight up lock on it. Weird.
Now, if you thought the cabin was creepy, there's actually one more thing around this area that makes this whole experience 10 times creepier. Right next to that old abandoned cabin is a cemetery. Let's go around and check out the gravestones and see how old some of these graves are. Most of these gravestones are actually very old and we can't even read some of them. The majority of them are from the 1800s. This stone marker right here is from 2001. And the weirdest part about it is that right behind it, I can spot the handle of a shovel, and I'm not gonna touch it because I don't know if that's a haunted shovel, but that is really, really creepy. Right next to that gravestone is just a chair sitting out here, and I just saw the grass move right down there and freaked out. Even these dates on this stone are pretty modern. 1981 wasn't that long ago for an old abandoned cemetery. I don't know about you, but I think that cemetery was pretty creepy.
I agree.
It's so weird that it's just hidden away here in the middle of the woods, just kind of forgotten. There's no signs around for it. There's really no history about it either. It is fenced in though, but this fence looks like it's pretty old. And the fact that the last person buried here was from 2001, which wasn't that long ago, is really just bizarre and just leaves me with so many questions. So if you know anything about this cemetery, leave it in the comments below. But otherwise, I think this concludes our adventure to the abandoned cabin and now the abandoned cemetery. Thank you so much for joining me as we went and checked out this really creepy and really random cabin in the woods. If you like this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. And if you want to support future adventures just like this one, make sure to check out benlawrence.spreadshirt.com and the links down below. You can get yourself a sweet Ben Lawrence t-shirt just like this one, and you'll be helping the channel while you do it. And while you're clicking things, click the subscribe button. It's free and you can stay up to date with all of our future adventures. You can like say anything if you want.
Like what?
I don't know. Joining me today is Cool Stanley.
Hey guys.
No, I don't. And then
Should I be like, hey, you should. And today,
joining me today
the
is
grand
Cool Stanley.
return of Cool Stanley.
Joining me today is Cool Stanley, and
What's up?
joining me today on this video is Cool Stanley,
What's up, guys?
and we literally know nothing about this cabin. Okay. On the way in, we have to watch out for all the thorns. I can feel one in my leg right now. I mean, for all we know, someone could have lived. Someone could have lived here and also had a horse to get like back and forth from town. And we also don't know how old this thing is, so it could be anywhere from 20 years old to 100 years old.
Well, it had to been.
But my guess is it isn't that old because it would have been in a lot more rough shape if it was old.
And there's plumbing.
Yeah. I gotta say that again. You could say that too. My guess is it wasn't that old because it probably would have been destroyed if it was over 100 years old.
And also there's plumbing.
That's very true as well. What?
24-hour challenge.
At the abandoned cabin.
At the abandoned cabin. Like, comment. This shit hits 15. This shit hits 5,000 likes.
We gotta walk around a giant thorn bush, but we're gonna go explore the other side of the cabin in the woods. And you can also see how there's two little... Fuck.
So one thing I noticed about these two doors is it looks no.
Okay, so let's put the clues together. We found showers, little stalls that like people could fit in, and locks outside on the door. This was definitely a killer's hideout hidden in the middle of the woods. Now, if you thought the cemetery was creepy...
Yeah,
Wait.
They haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, you're right. That was really stupid. Thank you so much for staying to the end of this video. I know it wasn't super exciting, but it is literally just to tide you over till next week. We're actually gonna go explore another abandoned theme park. It's an Old West style theme park. I think a lot of you are gonna enjoy it. So I apologize if this video wasn't super exciting and over the top, but make sure you stay tuned here because we're gonna go explore some really cool stuff in the future. And click one of the links that popped up around my face. It leads to some pretty cool stuff. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Wah!